I always joke that once you're on the front page of the local paper as the abortion kid, there's really no going back.
I'm one of the youngest candidates, not only in Montana history, but in the history of our country.
I had 3 students come in masks and they poured alcohol on me.
You have rogue abortion facilities who are putting women in danger, and you need to hold them accountable.
I remember coming out to Washington, D.C. for my first ever March for Life, and I went to a student conference, and it was my introduction to really the pro-life movement. I had done very small things on a local basis in Denver, but coming out here was exciting because I thought, wow, there's other kids who look like me. You know, there's other young women that look like me. There's other Latinas that look like me that are out here. And so I met them. I met Students for Life at a table at a conference, and I picked up some literature, and I remember buying my first ever pro-life t-shirt, which I still have from them. And I went back home and I started a pro-life group at my high school. And then when I went to college, I connected at the club fair with our Students for Life club that was on campus and got involved, and eventually ended up becoming the president of our college Students for Life group, and came back out to the march here in Washington with my group a few years later, and just got involved on campus doing pro-life work. I went to a small faith-based college in Colorado, and going into my senior year, I was double majoring in accounting and theology and was in the honors program. And my mom was battling a very rare type of leukemia. And I found out that I was pregnant right before I started fall semester. And it really was a circumstance that rocked my world, and it brought me to my knees in front of Jesus. Even though it was undoubtedly the most challenging times of my life so far, it was incredibly beautiful to share those moments with my son, and to be able to have him be with me at graduation, and to have the witness to say, no, I didn't drop out. I saw him as my inspiration to finish, my inspiration to do better, my inspiration to be able to set a solid foundation with my future husband, and to really restart my faith. And he is the inspiration for why I hold on to my moral principles and my faith so deeply today.
A woman who is fighting to overturn Roe, Attorney General of Mississippi, Lynn Fitch.
I remember sitting in my office, actually holding our youngest son, and getting a phone call from the Attorney General's office of Mississippi. And it was an invitation to be one of 50 women selected from across the country to speak at the Empower Women Life rally outside the Supreme Court for the Dobbs versus Jackson hearing in December of 2021. Accepting that invitation was an exciting moment to be able to know that I was going to take, and I did. I took our 8-year-old son, who I faced an unplanned pregnancy with in college, and he stood right next to me on the stage at the bottom of the steps of the Supreme Court of the United States, and I shared my testimony of saying yes in a difficult and challenging pregnancy situation and giving life to him. It was a profound experience to be able to be there for such a historic moment as the Attorney General came out of the Supreme Court after the hearings, after the arguments, and be able to say, wow, my son and I stood witness here on this historic day, and we stood for what is right and just and true.